Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Watch Natalie, spelled Natalee. I am here to do your reading for Thursday, June 6th, 2019. Now keep in mind that time spirals, it goes like this. So what does that mean for energy? What it means is that you don't need to resonate with this reading June 6th, 2019. You can resonate with this reading at any point in time, whenever you are guided to watch this video, in fact. So everything that I'm talking about, fudge the genders, the signs, and the ages, because all we care about is energy here. And energy can move across space and time and connect, okay? And change things, because that's how time works. It's not this and this. So my time spiral is going over here, yours is over here, you know, and then we find each other through this video. So if you feel like you're connected with me, you are. It's basically what I'm saying. Let's go ahead and start shuffling. So if you've been watching me and you watched my video for today, which I filmed like yesterday, you know that the DM, cut me off. And it's hilarious. It's so hilarious because, okay, yeah, I'm back. I'm back in the download game, and it's like, okay, the feeling that I get is that it's like he was testing me. It's like he was, that sounds so weird, because then that would mean that he like watches these videos and, you know, so it's, take it as it resonates. That part might not resonate for you, but it's almost like a testing of the connection, you know, a testing of a resolve, a testing of the strength of the bond or something. I know it sounds so weird. It's so scorpionic though, always testing, putting through all these tests, you know. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle and deal with these cards and see what wants to come out, and then I will reveal the downloads as I am prompted to through these tarot cards, okay? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to give anything away that's not meant to be revealed. But, you know, it's really just the High Priestess. This is an unrevealed future. This is hidden influences at play. This is things happening behind the scenes. The High Priestess is psychic, she's intuitive, she's incredibly gifted in the other realms, okay? She's sitting there in her on her own throne, and she has the crown of like the moon, the full moon, and then the two crescent moons on either side of her. She rules everything unseen, everything unrevealed, everything hidden in the shadows, okay? She's the subconscious mind, and that's why when she shows up, it's either, and I'm going to give it to you both ways. So I speak heteronormatively, but like I said, just fudge the genders and the ages and everything. When she shows up in a man's reading, this is the woman of his dreams. And when she shows up in a woman's reading, this is your ideal for yourself. So when you design yourself from head to toe as a feminine, this type of person, and this feminine, this intuitive, you know, personality, this archetype. She's the archetype for all of the divine feminines. She's Isis, she's Artemis, she's everything in one. She's like the absolute most supreme protector of man, of her man. And that's why she shows up like that. She's balancing this crescent moon with her foot here, and her garment runs off to the side, to the edge of the icon, and that's like the stream of consciousness. So this was the last card in yesterday's reading. So that was kind of like, that was definitely prompting me to just keep everything a big secret, because it's like he doesn't want me to give it away. He doesn't want me to like be onto him. And well, I have news for you, everybody. Okay, I'm like Sherlock Holmes. Okay, it's like, hello, I'm Natalie Sherlock Holmes. Very nice to meet you. You know, I mean, it's just who I am. Like, I love it. I mean, I figured out the ending to Inception, so I mean, you know, so let's see what she has to. Give me a second here. She's also enlightenment and illumination, like inner illumination. Like the strength, what is that called? The power behind the crown, the strength behind the throne. That's what this is like. This is like the esoteric consigliere to the masculine. And this can go either way. So it could be the masculine that's the super master psychic, or it could be the feminine. But this is very, very feminine. She's like the eternal feminine. Okay, she's like Eve. She's her power. So the Fool and the Magician are like the potentiality. That's the will to achieve and the will to go out and do. She has the absolute latent power to actually manifest. She's a manifester. Okay, so her power is just hidden and unseen. So she's obviously, hold on. Do you hear that? Sorry. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Love her. I mean, the High Priestess and the Empress, that's like our vibe, right? It's okay. So let's see what else, if she can tell us anything. High Priestess. I can't be too Sherlock Holmes. Ooh, things are getting so exciting, everybody. The King of Swords. This is the man of major decision making. This is the man who uses his logic to discern, to make up his mind, but this is like the definitive mind. This is the strategist. This is the man who can figure it out. He can figure out the strategy. He can figure out the hot gates. He can figure out the path to Mord. Oh my God. Do you remember in Lord of the Rings? So Gandalf told them all, fly there, you fools. And what did they do? They just like the hard way, right? They could have just gotten on the big hawk way back and fucking flown there to Mordor. So random, sorry. I had a weird feeling today that all of my beverage, you know those Starbucks plastic cups that you always see me drink out of? I got this feeling that they're all dirty, that they're all just like the porous plastic, and so anyway, so this is the decision maker. Okay, so it could be that he's making his decision based on logic and with the help of a psychic, with the help of a feminine like the High Priestess. Ooh, that would be exciting. That'd be very exciting. Won't resonate for everyone. That will not resonate for everyone. I'll tell you that right now. Some things I can feel that are very, not general, but yeah, this can resonate for anyone, any sign. So the daily readings are for general. They're for everyone that it resonates with. If it's not resonating for you, feel free to stay for the entertainment. If it is resonating for you, let me know how it goes in the comments below. Oh dear God, hold on. That was just like a whole bunch. Oh, okay, I'm back. And I'm back. Jeez Louise. Okay. Yeah, that was a big love. I'm not taking this. What was I talking about? God, jeez Louise. There's our Knight of Cups. That's our secret admirer. And he's coming out with 5, 6, 7, 8. The 8 of Swords. How fascinating. This is what I'm getting from this is that I don't know if you'll like get this or not, take this as it resonates, but I feel like he wants to approach her with his cup when she doesn't see it coming. The usual interpretation of this card is mental entrapment of the self. So take this as it resonates. This is either the approach and the masculine is hung up on his approach. He's hung up on how to come in. Okay, that could be it. And we'll get more cards to confirm or deny. I also get, at the same time, that he wants her to be blindfolded when he comes in so that it's a surprise. Two things can be true at once. Both of those things can be true. It's the truth. Two things can be true at once. People hate when I say that, though. You guys are cool, though. You guys will know what I'm talking about. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. 7 of Pentacles and the 8 of Staves. So this is like one of the physical exhaustion cards, but it's also like waiting for the seeds that were planted to bear fruit. Like just watching and waiting. And this is the activity, the Cupid's arrow. This is the communication just coming in like a fire hose, coming in super fast, coming in. I mean, the speed couldn't be more opposite in these two cards coming together. So there could also be, I bet this is in him. You know what? That is in him. Hold on, give me a second. It could be like trying to speed with the parking brake on. It could be that it's like the stop and go. Like, how do I get in? How do I get to the right? What's the right approach? What's the right way in? Ooh, that's stressful. Yeah, it's like he made the decision he's going to come in, and now he's just like fretting about how. Yeah, I bet he thought it was real cute yesterday to cut me off. Bet you thought that was real cute. Real cute. It was kind of cute. I always say it, the only great thing, like the funnest part about being psychic is watching it work, is testing it out. Test it out for yourselves. You're going to notice your own psychic abilities just opening up, expanding if you keep watching me. I guarantee it. Jesus Christ. And look who we have. We have Mr. Death card. We have the absolute change, the transformation, the phoenix rising up out of the ashes. And beneath him, we have the Holy Grail. There's a massive overhaul happening in the realm of relationships. I mean, think about it. If you're getting the Holy Grail of love, of the cup that is never full, it just keeps overflowing. It's never empty. It just keeps, you look at the bottom and there's just more comes out, and you're drinking and there's just more and more. You're going to be just, your thirst is never quenched. You will never be the same again. He will be changed forever. Nothing will ever be the same again for this person. Take it as it resonates. And he's serious. This came out underneath it came out like this. 1, 2, 3. He's dead serious about this. This Hierophant. Ooh, this is a big deal. I have to just like stop the presses. These are counterparts. These are the biggest counterparts. Okay, so we have the Empress and the Emperor. We have the kings and the queens. Okay, they're counterparts. We have the Emperor and the Empress. Those are also counterparts. But then we have the fucking Hierophant and the High Priestess. These are counterparts on the highest fucking level. Okay, the Hierophant and the Empress, the Hierophant and the High Priestess are both, you know what? He's coming into his awakening. In order to match someone like this, in order to match your spiritual evolution, if I'm talking to the Divine Feminine, your vibration will have to match someone else's, or it will not work. So if someone doesn't make this approach to you that you think is the one, I've been channeling the breaking point. The breaking point. Divine Feminines, I'm at my breaking point. I can't wait any longer. I'm at my breaking point. And I've been feeling that. I'm like, whoa. And remember that we're in the last lunar cycle before the July eclipse season hits. And so I feel like the pressure is really, really building up on both sides. And look back to January 4th and the 20-something. But all of January, all of February, whatever's going on in that time, July, it's going to come back up again. Bookends. And but the first 6 months of the year have been, you know, like the bookends for eclipse season, January and July, Capricorn and right here, Capricorn and Cancer. So it feels like there's this window, a window of opportunity, a window of chance, okay, since the beginning of the year till now. And what it feels like is now that we're in the last lunar cycle before that July eclipse hits, it's like the pressure is building up, and it's like everyone's getting impatient. Everyone's just getting impatient. Everyone's kind of like, you know, yeah, I was right. Yeah. Two things can be true at once, but he's overthinking it. He's still in mental entrapment about coming in, is what this is looking like. And yeah, it's the stop and go. It's like waiting to jump in. Oh, don't call me right now. I'm busy. Can you hear that? I don't know. I'm just gonna. Okay. Oh, sorry. So the girls playing the rope game, the jump rope game. Okay, so it's like they're playing jump rope, and you're like waiting to go in. You're waiting to go in. You're like watching it. You're watching it. You're watching it. Oh, and you don't do it. It's like this. This is what this is. It's like he's wanting to go in, wanting to go in. Oh, but I don't think I'm gonna. I'll go in on the next time. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe next week. You know, he keeps like it's like he gets ready to go in, ready to jump in, and then he just stops and says, maybe not. I can always go back later if I really want to. And that's like chewing him up. And I feel it on the divine feminine side too. The divine feminine's just getting the breaking. I just keep seeing the breaking point and feeling the crack, or like the break. Or let me put it this way. Come July, you will know where you stand with this other person that you are waiting for. If you are waiting for someone, divine feminine. And divine masculines, you will know if you have it in you to overcome and be reborn again to go after your wildest dreams, or not forever. Come July. It's a big ass statement, but I mean it. Okay. Back to these guys. So these counterparts, this is giving me kind of some hope, because think about it this way. Remember, there's something surprising about this whole thing. So there's a surprise somewhere. There's a surprise element about this somehow. So these counterparts are esoteric, psychic, manifestor, magician counterparts, okay? This is like being priest and priestess in neighboring temples in past lives. And now you've incarnated to come again together to do work to move humanity forward like you had done in previous lifetimes. And that's answering that calling. This is, remember, we channeled that this divine masculine maybe did not think about soulmates, did not, think of himself that way, but she could be opening up in him latent powers, latent psychic powers, because the Hierophant, see, alone, I would say, oh, he's very serious. This rules outer forms of religion, the ritual of religion, the conformity, the process, there's an S word I'm thinking of. I can't get it right now. But the High Priestess rules the inner, behind-the-scenes workings of religion, the actual energy work of spirituality. So he's the outer form. He's not the Congress. He's the congregation, he's the church, and she's the actual spirituality. She's the actual energy work in practice of that spirituality in practice, and it working and having an effect out on people. So you see that he has two people in his picture, his pictogram, and he's got these two crossed keys, one gold, one silver. And he's making the sign, and he has this, his crown is all the lower form of manifestation, the middle tier of manifestation, then like the highest ideal manifestation, like the conscious, the subconscious, the superconscious, the material, the 5D, that kind of thing. So this is really, and then they both have the two pillars. So them showing, I've actually never had these two cards show up in one reading before, ever. So this could be that these two are, number one, connecting in the 5D quite a bit. And I've been seeing those comments that you guys are putting up about connecting with your divine masculines and your divine feminines, and it makes me so excited. And it could also mean as well that when you two do come together, that there will be like a shift. I'm telling you, there will be a shift in like the electromagnetic fields and in the Earth's temperature. And I mean, everything around you will be affected by you two coming together because of your energies, because of like just who you are and the two sources within your bodies coming together. It's going to change the world. It could help save the world. But it's such a perfect pair. It's such a perfect pair, these two. It's just, so alone I would read the Hierophant as serious, just very serious, like the marriage part of it. So the marriage is, see, I'm not big on live performances. I don't like to get up on stage. It's not like I can go and perform. I mean, I was always like an on-camera actor. And, you know, I would never want to like go up and, I used to have stress dreams about presenting at the Oscars and then during intermission or during a commercial break, just like walking off, like, you know, just like being super angsty about it and just like walking off, like, I don't want to do this. And it would like stress me out. But I feel weird about marriage too. Like, I don't want to get up in front of anybody and say something so personal and make a vow that's so personal in front of people. Like, just the thought of it. Ugh. I would never want to like accept an award in front of people either. God, no. Anyway, so this is like the marriage. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So what I would always tell people, you know, it would come up, you know, at everyone at the craft table talking about things or just small talk. I would just say, you know, I don't care about the wedding. I care about the marriage. That's the truth. So this is both. This could even be secret wedding. This is secret wedding, secret marriage, secret vows, secret promises, private promises, but like tying of the souls, like just like a commitment, a deadly, just incredibly serious commitment, just very, very, very serious, very profound. I've never seen them in one reading before. God, that's kind of incredible. Okay. Last two cards that came out with this little glob. He's still, he went through a lot, guys. I mean, I've been through a lot. I'm sure we've all been through a lot, right? But the Hermit is also, if you see the lamp in the Hermit card, there's also light in this card. There's also light in the Hermit card. So these two coming out together is entirely appropriate. He's shedding light and he's healing and he's transforming personal pain into wisdom. And the Hermit is also a card of enlightenment, though. It's not just going up to the top of the mountain and communicating with the divine and gaining perspective on your pain and asking questions to yourself and letting the answers rise to the surface and then, you know, reaching an understanding and then going back down the mountain and sharing it with everybody. It's also like the form of enlightenment that understanding takes. When you do truly understand that, you know, your pain, it's not personal or it's not... Yeah, so if you had like a bad childhood, you know, you kind of learn not to take that so personally, even though, oh my God, well, how can I not take it personally? I was just a kid, blah, blah, blah. But it's also like this person is finally getting their alone time. And remember, a while ago, we channeled that they were just way too busy. They were not getting any alone time. They were not getting any privacy, any time to just be with themselves and work through the shit, even though they were still obsessed with you and getting obsessed with you and just like watching you, right? So it's like he's finally getting this silent counsel time. It's like recovery too. I feel like, remember we just the other day talked about how you have to like cleanse yourself and feel good and feel pure and just process everything. So I feel like this is that processing. He could also be taking like one of those like wisdom trips where they go into the desert and it's like where you go on a trip to gain knowledge and you go do stuff. I don't know. I don't never did quite like that, but I mean I have, but like my own version of it because I do everything my own, you know, my own stuff. But he has that staff. This can also be a guide. He could also be guided in some, ooh, you know what? Remember when the first two cards that we got, were the High Priestess and the King of Swords, and I said, well, maybe this King of Swords is getting his counsel from the High Priestess. Well, look what this is. The guidance. He's being guided through the past suffering, how to make sense of it, how to give words to it, how to put it through his cognition, how to detox his heart, he is being guided. I bet there is a guide. I bet there's something out there. There's a book that he's reading. There's a new friend that he met. There's like something. I mean, the universe, this is divinely protected. So the universe has sent someone to him to guide him through this horrible pain. And let me tell you guys something. We have these sword cards here. I'm telling you right now that you need to have patience with this because the pain will never go away completely. The pain will never go away completely. And I always say that the healing hurts way more than the actual pain. So for him to even have a chance at real happiness, real long-lasting happiness, what he really wants and desires, a holy grail of relationships, his soulmate, it's got to die. He has to die. All of the pain has to die. All of that has to get cleansed away, has to get washed away. And I just hope that he's not being too hard on himself or impatient with himself, because this hold up for him, it's like the mental entrapment. Like he feels like, I bet it's a confidence thing. I bet he's not quite sure. That's why the push and pull. That's why the start and stop. He might not feel like he can do it. Can I do this? Can I really do this? This is a very, very strong individual who has gotten this far. And you know what? That's because he was meant to do this. And he's doubting himself. But he needs this counsel. He needs this guide. He needs a spiritual guide. I hope he has someone to talk to. I mean, verbally to talk to. Hopefully he's talking to the High Priestess. Well, I guess he can because this is the woman of his dreams. So he's got to figure out how to get to her. Oh, man. Give me a second here. God, his soul wants it so bad. His soul wants it so bad. He really wants to do this. He wants it maybe even more than the divine feminine. He needs it. He needs it. He needs to do this. Defensive. Very defensive. He's still in his heart very defensive. Oh, and I thought he was doing so well. I thought he was making such progress. Damn. The Four of Cups. Saying nope. It's in this could be it could be exactly what it looks like. Yeah, this is him with the stop and go energy. Right now, he's still saying, no, I'm not going to go for it yet. I'm not going to go for it yet. It's still so defensive. What if I get her? What if I can't do it? What if she hurts me? What if it all falls apart? That's the mental entrapment. That's the mental entrapment that's trapping him up. Defensiveness, fear of the past, pain. Five of Swords. He's very... Damn. There's still something he hasn't reconciled yet. I don't think he's getting any help from his environment either, guys. I don't think he's getting any support. These issues run very deep. These swords run very, very, very deep. Very deep. Incredibly deep. And he has to just pull each one out again. Is that plugged in? He has to pull each one out again. He has to put a death to all of that. He has to find a way to do it. And he's trying to so hard. He's really... The King of Cups, that's our Scorpio. This is what it is. He's trying to make sense of his feelings, and he can't. He can't make sense of his feelings yet. It's really powerful. Listen, guys, he knows that it's the holy grail of all relationships. He knows that it's the soulmate. And he knows what he has to do to earn you, and he knows what's waiting for him, this beautiful, perfect life. And he knows that, all of that now. He knows how he feels about you. He knows that he wants to be with you. And now he's like taking a look at himself, and like he's trying to like reconcile all of this. Oh my God, it's like he made up the decision to do it. And then he went forward to like plan out the steps. And then he just like lost his nerve. You know, he needs to get courageous. He needs to find his valor. This is him holding on to his valor. This is him trying to hold on to his valor. He's trying to hold on. He's being he's being defensive, but he's also trying to move forward. He's trying so hard. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I read this wrong. The Ten of Cups, the ultimate happiness. Okay. That is true for some of you. For others of you, this is defensive, holding on to the valor and defending this feeling of soulmates. This is the surprise. This could be the surprise. This is for the divine feminine. This is the cup coming out of nowhere, just floating into thin air for you, that you did not see coming, that you were fucking focused on this shit over here, that you did not see the real offer coming in. And this is other people being fucking jealous of it. And this is the Ten of... See, when I saw it. You know when you look at things just differently, it changes everything. That's what just happened to me. And then I shuffled really fast, and then I got the Ten of Cups. That's what this is. Not everyone's going to make it. No, that's not right either. That's not right either. There we go. Justice. The cosmos is going to give him a little. It's time. This is the justice that's due to you as souls. He's doing the work. He is doing the work. He's putting a death to everything that cannot survive into the next phase of his life. Ooh, but there's lots of enemies around you guys. I don't want them to get in his head. Jesus Christ, hold on. Okay, this is another hardworking card, the Eight of Pentacles. He's still working at it. It's still in progress. God, he's fighting so hard for it. He's fighting for that Ten of Cups card. He's fighting for that perfect happiness. He's just still... What is this? Oh. Hold on. He's still looking for that balance. He's still looking for the balance between the give and the take. Looking for the balance between give and the take. He's working hard at his own balance. Oh my God. I just saw it. All this time, he's allowed other negative relationships and things that weren't good for his soul to happen, and he has to like... He's doing a lot of work, guys. He's doing like a lot of work. Okay, one last card. We'll do one card for the Divine Masculine, and then we'll have one card for... No, let's just do the Divine Masculine. One last card. What messages? Damn it. Hold on. That was like... Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. We got two cards. And there's hope. But I can tell... We're going to do another spread. Actually, we're going to do another spread. This is how he was feeling. Remember, emotionally poor, spiritually poor, totally like destitute spiritually. And then this is our last card. This is from the past. This is a very nostalgic card. This is a very sweet love, like almost from childhood. This is him rediscovering that really innocent, pure wish for love that you've inspired in him. This is also you showing up, or I'm guessing this is Divine Feminine I'm talking to, but it could also be the Cross Watcher. Take it as it resonates. The Divine Feminine, or the other person in this scenario, is the past life soulmate connection. This is that past life soulmate connection right here. And this is recognizing each other in the physical plane. And it fills him. It feeds his soul. Wow. This is a really big deal. This is a really, really, really big deal because we have the Hierophant and the High Priestess together. God, this is so divine. This is, and then with this, he's putting a death to everything. By the time he reaches you, everything will be taken care of. There's still struggle though. I still think this is it coming to you out of nowhere. And this is competition. This is competition and jealousy. And then we pulled the Ten of Cups. And then we pulled Justice. All right, let me put these all back. Wow. Look at on the bottom of the deck. The Empress. It's growing. He's getting stronger every single day. Believe it or not, he's being really hard on himself. It must have been bad. It must have been bad. Just really quick, we'll just pull a couple cards. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to channel advice for the Divine Masculine in case the Divine Masculine is watching me. Hold on. Okay, now we need advice for the Divine Masculine. Oh my God, look what just came out of my hand. The Emperor, Divine, oh, that just really wanted to come out. It just, I went to, and then it just like appeared in my hand. Okay, the Divine Masculine, your message, your advice, if you are hearing me, is to rediscover your Emperor-like energy. you're not dominating, but kind of dominating, that you are the ruler of your own dominion, that you control how you feel and what you think and what you know and how you treat people and how you treat yourself. And you don't let, remember when I told you about that Meisner class I had, how it's like, well, let the emotion, let it take you by storm. Not so for the Emperor. You don't let anything take you by storm. It could be freaking you out because of how she's making you feel, that you feel out of control of yourself, but yet sublime because of how calm she makes you. It's like she makes you calm and she makes you super excited at the same time. And everything is like a fire hose and you're just tweaking out about it. And then it's bringing up all of this, regurgitating things from the past. But you have to remember that you are a strong individual and that you can change your mind about who you are and what you're about at any time, and that no one can hold you to any form or standard, any form or version of yourself. No one has the right to hold you to. You build yourself in your own image. And your feminine or masculine, your counterpart will support that. And they will not hold you to any stories they hear about you or pictures they see of you, or, that's all emotional, manipulative, low vibrational, toxic bullshit. You are the Emperor and you will be honored for who you are right now. You do not have to be who you were yesterday or 10 minutes ago. And your counterpart will believe in you and they will empower you to be that. They will not hold things against you. They will not hold your past against you. Next piece of information for the Divine Masculine. Next message of advice for the Divine Masculine. Advice for the Divine Masculine. What does he need to hear? Oh, get yourself a Capricorn. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay, Divine Masculine, your advice. Guys, if you want to, you can click off at any time. The last 20 minutes is going to be advice for the Divine Masculine because I'm getting the call. I'm getting the siren call that the Divine Masculine needs this advice. You're going to be guided to this video as you're guided to it, but this is what Divine Masculine needs to hear. So feel free to exit the reading at any point. Divine Masculine, you need to get control of yourself and still trust yourself that you will not do anything against your best interest and against this other person's best interest. You need to trust yourself because you do not need to be a slave to anything or anyone. This counterpart, she is your star. This other counterpart, they are your star. They have inspired you this far. There is no way they're going to let you down. And if for some unforeseen reason that they did, if you were wrong, if anything happens, you are still you. You still have you. Okay? But everything inside of you is telling you the truth. The truth to align. Once you trust in what you know and what you believe and what you really, really feel, that your soul feels, once you trust, you will align and it will be taken care of. Because this is a divinely protected connection. You two are here to do very important work. I was telling my mother she's sending out her book to publishers, and she actually got an offer to be published when she was in her 20s, and I found the letter when I was a kid. I said, "What is this?" And she said, "Oh, a publisher wanted to publish my book." I said, "What happened?" She goes, "Oh, I just got scared and I never responded." Are you kidding me? What? Doesn't make any sense. So she's about to send it out again, and she's like, "Oh, we're talking about," and I said, "Mom, your book, you created another entity and it has a life of its own now. It's going to find its readership. It's going to find its people. It's going to take its own time of maturation to do what it's going to do and find the people it's meant to find as they're guided to find it." So have faith, let go of expectation, let go of the how and the, controlling every aspect of how something happens. You need to get out of the mental entrapment part. You're catching yourself up with this, and that's your hang up right now, is the mental entrapment part, divine masculine. You have to marshal your energies to serve yourself and your union. You and this counterpart have things like my mom's novel. You guys have something together, a business, a book, a foundation, a corporation, a nonprofit, whatever it is, whatever you two create when you get together is going to serve the world. And it's bigger than just you. So you have to rein in some of this ego that's, humiliation is very humbling. Okay, I'm like humiliated like every single day. You should see my hair earlier today. Oh my God, it was freaking disastrous. It was disastrous. It was horrible. And I mean, I did it a little bit, something a little bit better to come on YouTube, because I don't know if my divine masculine's watching me. I don't want him to catch me like looking weird or gross or something, just in case. But where was I going with that? The point is that you control yourself, and you need to have faith and trust in yourself. I know it's hard because you're looking at the past, you're looking at when you were just really indulging in ego and, whatever else that was really not good for you, not good for your soul, and you're feeling really insecure about it. But the point is to trust and surrender to the truth. Once you surrender to the truth, you will be set free. I swear it. And the pain that never really goes away for good, that has a purpose too. I'll just say that. It has a purpose, and you're going to use that too. Someone that's gone through what you're going through, you're immensely powerful and you're immensely strong. And you're going to use that to help other people. That's part of your journey. You didn't get put through the meat grinder for nothing. You got put through I didn't go through everything I had to go through just to get here and talk about how great everything is. No, I'm here to talk about how when I was a kid, I prayed and wished every single night for a soulmate. I prayed and wished every night for a knight in shining armor to just come in on a white horse and rescue me from my horrible life, from my horrible situations, and from all the horrible people that were doing horrible things to me for years. All the adults that abused their authority, all the teachers and everybody. It was just horrible for like the entire child. It was just horrible. And I prayed and wished and just designed the perfect knight in shining armor. And it had nothing to do with like I wanted him to support me and just do everything for me. My ego would have never allowed that. I just wanted to be rescued from danger. Because when you love someone, you do take responsibility for them in at least some small way. And you don't want them to be in dangerous places or situations. And let me tell you, it never happened. The knight in shining armor never showed up. And what I did was I took myself out of danger. I had to learn to pick myself up by my bootstraps and take responsibility for myself, because taking responsibility for myself on that kind of a level was an act of self-love to myself. And I had to learn to love myself first before I could even think about going out and getting myself into a relationship. Had nothing to do with expecting someone to just do everything for me or anything like that. I had just envisioned someone to rescue me from a horrible situation and put me in a place of safety so that I can build from there, so that I could really flourish from there and do my own thing just in safety. I had to go, when I found myself at the very bottom, I had to figure out how I got there. And I had to go back into things with my past and my parents. And it was horrible. It was horrible. It was horrible. I actually had an out of body experience. I was sobbing every day, all day for weeks. And I broke. It's like a whole thing. All these things happened. It was just really terrible. This was like last year. It's like not even that long ago. I know, it's weird to talk about like to YouTube, but there's like a really big call for this, and this will resonate with someone. And even if this reading is for one person or for many, if it helps you, it was worth it for me. because nothing about my story is so, if it helps, it helps. It was worth it. And that's where you have to get, Divine Masculine. You have to get to the point where it's not, where it's bigger than you, where it's about what you have to do here and what your real life purpose is. Beauty and the Beast, that story is being played out in life right now. And the world needs to see people falling in love, and the world needs to see feminines talking about things like this and masculines talking about things like this. Okay? Authority issues for feminines and for masculines. I had to reconcile that, number one, that I don't need my father to love me for me to love myself. And that when I became a woman, like a self-possessed, self-empowered woman, that my father couldn't handle that, even though we were like best friends for this whole time. Because when he was a little boy, his psycho mom abused her power, betrayed his boundaries. So now he's all messed up and can't handle a truly strong, independent female. And now we're totally alienated from each other. And I was like a daddy's girl. Okay? Daddy's girl. 2 peas in a pod. Best friend. And now I have to have such a harsh boundary there that it's painful. If I think about it too long, I'll start crying. It's horrible. I lost my father. I lost him. I lost the idea of him. But because it was just an idea and it was never real, I never lost anything real to begin with. He was a weekend dad. He was my knight in shining armor that would come and give me a great weekend out of my shitty life. 6 grammar schools in 8 years. Life. Always being the new weird kid. Okay? I had to get over that because there's no way I'm going to go into a relationship not getting over that. It wouldn't be fair to anybody. And I thought I took responsibility for myself this whole time. Didn't realize it until then that I wasn't. You have to take responsibility for yourself in the biggest way, Divine Masculine. It is so important, not just so that you can find your Divine Feminine, but it is so important for you as a soul to go back and say, my mom abused the lack of boundaries between mother and son for her own gain, for her own profit, for whatever reason. And it was wrong for her to do. And I didn't deserve it. But now I'm going to make a boundary between me and this woman because the boundary is a gift that I give to myself. And I'm not going to judge her for her shortcomings and for whatever made her the way she is. I accept it. I understand that it can't be any different though, because she's just programmed. See, when you're like that, when people get all fucked up, when trauma fucks people up, they're like broken records, and you can see it, and you can see that they couldn't reprogram themselves. When people grow up like my father and the personality just breaks, 2 things happen. Either the child copes with that and they can kind of accept things and kind of move forward in weird coping mechanisms, or they try to fix the brokenness and they cannot cope. And the way they grow up is super deformed. And then they'll never be fixed ever again. And they turn into a fucking devil. So guess what I did? I went and found guys like my father, trying to fix it, trying to fix these guys, because I really was trying to fix my father. I mean, that's so textbook, right? That's so not interesting, but it's my story and it's the truth. And I'm telling you so that maybe someone else out there in YouTube land, on the internet, can waste a little bit less of their life learning that lesson. But you know what? I pay for my lessons. I only pay once. The wisdom I have now, I would never trade it for the world. I know I'll never make any kind of mistake like that again. I'll never pick the wrong guy ever again. And that just makes me breathe with like an immense sigh of relief. Just like that. Divine Masculine, if I can do it, you can do it. If I can do that about my dad, You can do that about your dad and your mom, or both. And you can feel the pain. You can feel it to heal it. And you can move forward and have a healthy relationship. You don't want your pain to define you. What does she say in Inception? Your guilt is what defines her. She says to him, your guilt is what defines her. That's how Mal had her power and his subconscious, the projection. There is something still holding you, prisoner. And like I said, this window could close for you. What if it does? And you're just going to stay like miserable and half-formed the rest of your life? You can't let that happen. Can't let that happen. I'm rooting for you, Divine Masculine. I really am. Let's get one more card. I can't just stay the Emperor and the Devil. Wow, 3 major arcana for you, Divine Masculine. This is your emotional chaos. This is the wolf and the dog both howling at the moon. Oh. Okay, both howling at the moon. The wolf represents the lower side of man, and the dog represents the domesticated side of man. The crab, this crayfish, is crawling out of the waters of the subconscious onto the conscious land. The moon is unseen. This is hidden pain, emotional chaos, self-undoing sorrows, secrets. What's hurting you is deep, deep, deep down. And it's scary and you don't want to face it. You'd rather do anything than face this. But you have to get everything you really want. Like we've been channeling this story this whole time up until now. Your star is waiting for you. Everything you ever wanted. Everything you ever wanted. You have to get to the point where instead of this push and pull, start and stop energy, Divine Masculine, you have to completely nothing's going to stop me. That's the point that you're not quite at yet. You're still wishy-washy. You're still, I can back out of this at any moment. Even though you know this is your soulmate, even though you know this is your do or die moment, even though you know this is it, she's the one. He's the one. You have to get to the point where you embody the higher vibration of the Emperor and the Devil. And you say, nothing's going to keep me from this. Nothing's going to keep me from the love of my life. I'm not going to be in pain anymore. I'm not going to let pain control me. I'm not going to let my parents control me. I'm not going to let all my trauma from the past control me anymore. I take ownership of my life. I take responsibility for my life. The first thing I'm going to do is go out and get my woman. Nothing's going to stop me now. Ain't no mountain high. Ain't no valley low. Ain't no river wide enough. Baby. If you need me, call me. I'll be there in a hurry. No matter where you are, no matter how far. That's what you need to start thinking. That's where your mental space needs to be. No more of this emotional confusion. No more of this, Divine Masculine. It's time to take care of yourself. It's time to cradle yourself. Cry as much as you need to. As much as you need to. I repeat, cry as much as you need to. It needs to get out. And like I said, I could, oh my God, if I went back to like auditioning and acting, I'd have tears for years, okay? That will never go away. Understanding everything coming full circle to that broke my heart. Broke my fucking heart to know that my father could never really love me for who I really am. Because I'm someone that he's never going to trust to not abuse her power and to not betray the boundaries. Because that's what his mother did. She fucked him. She ruined him. He cannot, and he's like 60 something. He's never going to change. You have to, these people are older. They're never going to change. These old toxic masculinity, old toxic whatever, they're never going to change, and you cannot try to change them. You can't try to change what happened or the situation. You just change yourself. You don't remember the Hitler control, trying to project control onto other people. The person that controls themselves is the person who controls their world. That's all you have to worry about, Divine Masculine, is marshaling your energies and controlling yourself. You can still love your mom. You can still love your dad. You can still love all those people that hurt you, that you still want to love. But you need your boundaries. You need to recuperate. And you need to learn to control yourself and your feelings and your attitudes and your perspectives and your evolution and your healing, so that these other things don't take you by storm. Everything that's happening with this divine feminine that that's been happening with you maybe since January. You know, I channeled the number 14 earlier. I did some math, and I think it's something about the years 2003 to 2005. Something about 14 years, something about 2003 to 2005, something about January, February till right now, till July. Something about that is significant for someone out there. Okay? There's a real opportunity here. It'd be a real shame if you didn't take it and all of my trying to lift you up went for naught. Okay? With this, I end my reading. Divine Masculine, I looked at the bottom of the deck. I need to do this on camera. This is the final judgment. This is do or die. This is divine. Okay, the cosmos, the universe is giving you the push. You're hearing the trumpet and you're doubting it. You need to be reborn again. You need to do your life mission. This mission cannot fail. Your soul's mission cannot fail. Do not let another second go by that you're not living your real life, the life that you're really in, you're supposed to be in. They already took your childhood. They already took your young adulthood, whatever. Don't let them take the future. You have kids that want to be born. Look at these little kids in the coffins. Look at this freaking... It's the final judgment. You have 4 major arcana cards. Okay, you're going to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. I have every bit of faith and confidence in you, Divine Masculine. You're going to do it. You are going to do it. You're going to get over it, all of this, just like I did. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm a Capricorn, so, you know, we're used to just like horrible, horrible pain. But you're transforming that pain into wisdom, and you're going to help the whole world. You really are. That's what you're meant to do. You're meant to show your pain to the world. Okay, that's what I did. I wrote screenplays and I wrote all kinds of things. And that's what helps change the world. Okay? So this was pretty intense. I was not expecting this at all, nor was I expecting to tell everyone about my issues. So please protect my privacy. Please show me respect like you have been so great about doing this whole time, everybody. I'm doing this in good faith that I'm helping someone out there. So please don't say anything mean to me. I would really appreciate that. Not like you guys ever have, but you know, I'm just going to ask you nicely. And I will talk to you later.